Hi all and welcome to the Truth, Honour and Integrity Show. My name's Thomas Williams. We've got quite a show for you tonight. Apologies for the late start. New information was coming in and I had to change the original show. Right, let's get into it. We'll have another music break shortly. I kind of just rushed right into it. But this host in particular and this show has an awful lot of detractors, even when we've shown many proofs. But we have the likes of the Shanes, the Team Bubbers, Randy Morgans, and various others who wish to discredit us all, and yet they all make statements we're scammers, and Kim's this and Kim's that, and yet conveniently at every point leave out any proof of their claims, which is exactly the same as the mainstream media, which was highlighted in Monday's show. It's the same thing. They all spit out scripts, all make statements, and yet remain unchallenged of providing proof to back their claims. They have none. Now, one radio show host this week described our show as 3 hours of steamy, rehashed dog shit. They doth protest and envy too much, methinks. And this show in particular will provide more clarity and further proofs to back it up. So what have we got going on? Well, the coronavirus. But why are the hospitals empty? Why is heart disease being posted as a coronavirus death? Where is their proof of their claims of deaths? Hundreds in New York, they say. Hundreds in California. Again, no evidence. But is it a coincidence of false reporting of deaths in those two states? No. Why? Because they will request more funding is why. And those two states are the pinnacle of greed-based money harvesters in this country. Monday's show. Did that show reduce you or inspire you? It's all of how you perceive it and how you are thinking and operating that decides that path. Did it have sad messages and not what you want to hear? Yes, it did. But few of them you didn't already know. Did it overwhelm you or lack of support? Why? It's always been the case. Does the alt media being corrupt disturb you? Again, why? I told you all back this in 2016 it was, and so that hasn't changed either. And yet despite all that, we've still achieved so much and proven we didn't really need their help, and this show will show you why. And I've said all along, we save us, and that will never change. Along the way, we'll pick up stragglers, fence sitters, sleepers, and minions, I might add, to our cause. Why? Because they will have no other option. And April could well be explosive in more ways than one. I detect quite a disappointment amongst many of you in regards to Mr. Trump and Q of links to BlackRock and taking over the Federal Reserve, with the obvious links to the Black Sun elements, which will be shown as proof further on in the show. And even Anna von Reitz called that out as well. But a few things come from this, is people will ask, does Trump know about the Black Sun? The answer is yes, and we've made him aware of those facts. But he is in a difficult position. Is Trump aware that the Federal Reserve is defunct? It has no license and hasn't had since 2012 and can't print dollars. Yes, again, we have made him aware and also shown the proof and the papers proving it to him. People will ask, have I changed my stance on Trump? And I will say what I've said previously in many shows, that I will support Trump or anyone operating for and by the people. And I have repeated that consistently. Me personally, that's me, I don't care much for politicians. The majority of them are self-serving greed merchants who over time have done little to nothing to aid or support the people they're supposed to represent. Personalities don't appeal to me either. I don't care what fake label you have or how perceived higher rank you have. If you are not for and by the people, I will call it out. I remember saying in one show, if they replaced Trump with George Bush Jr. and he was following to the letter the changes to be made for and by the people, I would support him. Personalities and titles don't count. Actions do. Remember the events piece I did a year or so ago? And there have been many events added to that list since, so it's likely over 40 now. Not one of those events were achieved with Trump, Q, or any other government. We did that ourselves. And with our expanding group now generating massive interest globally, with talk this week of adding over 100,000 members to the group from countries afar, that we is now sharing the load a bit into the public arena of what was largely a hidden war. It's not no more. Trump spoke recently of fighting a hidden war and hidden people. Well, we have been doing the bulk of that with many others long before Trump even came into office. All done by ordinary people. And if they wish to join us, fine. If they don't, fine also. As we have proven, we don't need them, and it's only a matter of time before they all fall.